grab a cup, tune in, gather round. It's coffee time with John and Christie now. From Mexico days to grandkids at play, we've got stories, laughs, and things to say. So sip that brew, let's talk a while. Life is sweet with a laid-back smile. One day a week, maybe two, you see. It's coffee time with John and Christie. We love our Mexico life. Grab your coffee, let's chat.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Happy Tuesday to you. You know what? We're just learning
We're
the
new to
ropes
this
here.
game. Boy,
No.
the color is awful.
It probably isn't, though. In reality, I think it's just your computer. So we are alive and well. Thank you so much. We watched the news, and boy,
There was a lot of news.
we're
There was
supposed to
a
all be
lot of
dead,
news.
and the world is blown up, and everything is destroyed. Guys, it's a fight between the bad guys and the bad guys. That's it. So this has nothing to do with human beings. Except there were some military people who apparently were broken permanently. But for us, the average individual, I don't think a single civilian was caught up at all in this, was there?
As far as we know,
no
civilians were killed. There were some military that were killed when they were fighting with the cartel itself. There was a post put out there this morning by a gentleman named Will Walker. He calls himself the Media King, Will Walker. One of the comments that I absolutely loved that he said was...
Maybe talk this way so people can hear you.
I'm pretty sure people can hear me. I always complain that I have a loud voice. Good morning. So first of all, I want to say good morning to Leslie, Pat, Doug.
See, look at the colors.
Good morning. Yeah, the colors are fine. Everything that happened on Sunday was directed totally in retaliation to the government, not to civilians. When people got their cars stolen or taken, whatever, to burn, because they were trying to block the highways, they were let out of their vehicles. When stores like Oxos and stuff, which were the stores that were being bombed or whatever they call it, those people were told to get out of the stores.
It's not like they're going after people. No, they are not.
One of the things that I really like that this gentleman, Will Walker, said was, if you compare the violence in the States compared to the violence that we just experienced here, you're talking shootings and murders in the States versus property damage here in Mexico.
I'm pretty sure
Apples
I would take
oranges, you guys.
Pretty sure I would take property damage over my life being.
Anyways, that being said, Sunday was a scary day because we did not know, nobody knew what was going to happen, but it turned out it ended and it's over. As far as we know, there has been no other real fighting. Now probably the cartel is going to be fighting within itself to see who becomes the new leader. I think that's all we need to say about that. We are fine.
Yep, we're
Everything is good. The roads are being cleared, and now it's back to work and back to normal.
I thought it was peculiar because there's only 4 tow trucks apparently in Vallarta, right?
Well, that's, or 4 companies anyways.
Yeah. So there's stuff that needs to be taken out. So apparently Costco may or may not be open today.
Yeah, we're not sure when Costco is going to reopen because of the damage that was done.
Yeah, you want
I'm
chat.
trying to find the chat. Yes.
There you
Sorry.
go.
Good morning, Lori. And
if anybody
Rose,
has any questions,
Sandra,
ask us.
Jolene,
Hello.
Byron, Trevor. We kind of figured there'd be a lot of people checking in this morning. just because of everything that happened. And we're here. I mean, it's one thing to watch the news, and we've heard some
They
of the
make crap
news
up.
reports that hotels were being or not barricaded, but attacked, and civilians were being
Kidnappings.
killed. There was kidnappings. None of that happened.
No, and it really bothered me because it was even media sources that typically I trust were lying their faces off.
Well, they had bad intel. Obviously, they had
Well,
really
the bad intel is
intel.
probably the American government. So this is the problem, guys. It's bad guys versus bad guys.
Mhm.
I'm not a fan of the government, not a fan of narcos. Doesn't matter. I live in that environment. If I was to lose one of them or both, that'd be great.
And Tony, thank you for that. He says, that in that little incident that happened on Sunday will not deter us from booking our next trip.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of people confirming that they're still coming. So I'm not.
I think the biggest thing, though, hun, is people are just tired of being told what to do and what not to do. And the narrative always turns out to be false. And I think people are realizing that it's just lies governing people.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible way to govern a population.
Karina from Capital is saying that the Olas Altas branch is opening today at 11 for the bank is opening, so that's awesome. And good morning, Shar. Yeah, we are safe. Like I said, it was a scary day only because we didn't know what was happening, but the military stepped in really quickly, and they took care of things. Some of the reports that are saying, some of the drama queens that were posting, "Oh, we're all alone. There's nobody here to help us."
Oh my gosh! I mean, like
come on,
grown ass people making silly statements. It's just nuts.
Yeah, Karina's like, yes, all the media is making it worse. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it was not great, but it was only property damage. And some military that thank you for their service to all their families who lost somebody over the weekend. My heart goes out to you. It's not easy losing a loved one, but knowing that they died for what they chose to do and serve the military or the police force or the National Guard or whichever faction that they were working in, we admire and thank you very much for what you did.
Where it gets wrong, though, is a lot of these kingpins are all ex-military. Like, they all have the training, they all have the weapons. Apparently, they were training in Ukraine, learning how to do the drones and stuff. Like, guys, none of this it's crazy. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
And we're done with it. We're done. So what's going on in our life, darling?
Well, yesterday, we spent the day at that. Well, John worked. He's working on something for our website, and it's going to be fabulous when it's all done. Yesterday, my daughter, my daughter and her husband, partner, Chris, wonderful young man, they spent the day at our house yesterday, and we just cleaned and worked and tidied, and I had a freezer that was frozen. I couldn't open a couple drawers.
We told our team to stay home yesterday.
Yes, we shut the doors yesterday. We let everybody kind of settle and see where this, because on Sunday we didn't know how long it was going to last. So we just said, stay home tomorrow, which was yesterday. Work from home, do whatever you need to do. We did a mixture of working from home and then working at home.
I think I was here at like 4 a.m. Or was that the day before?
No, that was the day before.
Yeah, I've been putting in
yesterday.
It
wasn't as early.
Yeah.
And then you came home for breakfast because Ken's made breakfast for you guys.
And then I came right back.
Yeah.
I was here for 10, 12 hours yesterday.
So. Yeah, although he was only going to be there for a little while and then come and help.
True, it's true. Yeah. But I'm working on this project. I have over 60 hours in this. But guys,
Wendy, thank you for that. She said she'll be back too.
We're going to be the craziest knowledge brokers in all of Mexico. I know everything about our market, and generally not good right now. Not if you're a seller.
That was before the stuff that happened on Sunday.
Yes.
The market was having some issues.
I can talk about this though because it is interesting. So I'm talking about the January market specifically, because I have not seen the update yet, but I will have all of that eventually at any given time. But what was fascinating was there wasn't a single sale over $1 million. And what do you tell your sellers?
Last month, you mean? Yeah.
Last month. So all properties sold under $500,000, but there was only four. This is houses in Vallarta. Condos is obviously
Hi, Raya.
different. The biggest problem is I'm working with a data set and I want to stick with that data set just so I understand it. But on Puerto Vallarta houses, it's crazy. We've got 272 listings, only four sold. I think we had 14 pendings, which is good because we hope that the pendings eventually turn into sales. But yeah, it's craziness because it's only selling under 500,000, but the average list price is 980 some thousand. Like,
crazy.
how do you work with that? Help me out here.
Hi, Myra.
Hello, hello. So yeah, it is. But man, oh man, and this is another interesting thing. For every, I think it's like $25 that comes into the market, only $1.50 goes. So we just keep stacking and stacking and stacking
with all the new
with more
listings,
listings with very little sales. It's fascinating. And I've been calling this now for the last 2 years. I've been telling everybody this is what's going on. They're like, "You're crazy, John. You're crazy."
I mean, they're not wrong.
No.
But he was correct.
Oh yes, I'm always right about this. I see the patterns. I see how it's working. So yeah, it is absolutely fascinating.
Robert, good morning. Kathy, good morning. Yes, we are definitely safe. Bucerius actually was pretty much untouched.
Yeah.
Someone was posting, my mom showed me it and she was all in a panic. Someone was posting that the CMQ hospital here in town got hit and that there was gunshots. That was actually another narco thing over a year ago because I was at the hospital for a checkup the day that happened, and we're like, is the hospital still open? Yes, people did die there because of that, but that was a long time ago, not Sunday.
And I think it was a hit on purpose.
It was a chase and a hit, yeah.
And this is the fascinating thing for me. The fact that these groups are allowed to continue just proves the government was involved somehow.
But we can't talk about that.
Yeah, okay, we're done because it's craziness. It's two evil people fighting against each other because the government is evil, period.
And we can't talk about that. So we're going to go back to real estate because that's what we do and that's what we know.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on in our life right now? Well, you were just talking about yesterday, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But what's going on with the grandkids, our kids? Do we know?
No, I never talk to my kids. I mean, I'm so over them.
She loves her kids. She lives for her kids. And I mean, every parent should, but there's this point where you have to let go, honey.
No, my kids are all doing well. Zach, of course, is here. They've been really busy with all of the things that they do with the church here at La Fuente. We see our granddaughters. We had them on Sunday, actually. They came home with us after church on Sunday.
They mostly play with your mom. The two of them especially. I mean, like, she's the coolest person in their world.
They do play with my mom a lot. Thanks, Lauren. She said, glad we're safe. Yesterday was a lot of, yes, we're good. Everything's okay.
It's just, when we appreciate you guys asking. I was
just going to say.
We appreciate it, but understand we do not live in fear. We didn't live in fear in Canada. We don't live in fear down here. And honestly, we probably should have had more fear in Canada.
Hey, Darwin and Yolanda.
Hello.
You're right. We do not live in fear down here. We actually feel very comfortable, like very safe down here. Yes, there's things that happen, but they're not targeted to us. They're targeted to the other narcos. And we're not narcos. We're not part of the cartel. We don't have anything to do with any of that kind of stuff.
I always tell people...
Elaine, good morning.
I always tell people when they want to live down here or come down here, if you're not into prostitution, you're not an alcoholic, and you don't sell drugs, you're pretty safe here. It's just that simple. Now, if you're any of those other things, anything can happen.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Hey, Jen. So yeah, so we are we're just living our best lives. It's beautiful. The weather has been absolutely gorgeous down here. I know you poor Canadians.
It has been cooling down because we've had the warmest winter we have ever had
Yeah.
in Mexico, and this is like 22 plus years. So
I'm
it's
actually
been
a little sweaty today.
yeah, well,
Put the air back on.
she did. But it is fascinating how warm it has been. And everybody has been complaining because this is you get 6 to 8 months sometimes to cool off a little because it gets warm in the summertime.
Mhm.
It is. And the older I get, the more warm it feels. But yeah, it's been cooling off. So in the mornings now, some mornings it's cooler. I'm sleeping in a 21 degrees Celsius room now,
Which I
unfortunately.
hate.
I hate it too. I really do. But unfortunately, I sleep better in the cold. I have still not sorted out my sleeping. Christie has ordered another item for me to try, and I cannot even pronounce this one. It was incredibly long,
Mhm.
the name, but it's supposed to be an
Hi,
incredible.
Linda.
It lowers cortisone.
Hi, Josiah, Lawrence, Luna, Jenny. It was bad, but it wasn't as bad as what they're making it out to be, for sure.
It never is.
No, it never is. It's never what the news portrays it at. I remember my best example for this is one year we were at John. We were here, and we were pretty new to Mexico. We might have been here maybe a couple of years by then, and
If you look online and find out when Hurricane John and Christie, but with a K, were here at that time, that is the time. But go on.
mm-hmm. We decided to go to safe ground because at that time we were living like just half a block off the ocean, off the beach. And so we went up to John's mom's place in Conchas Chinas, and we were watching the news and watching how the news was telling us that Puerto Vallarta is being evacuated, the hurricane is hitting, and we're like, it wasn't even raining. It was blue skies. The hurricanes and the storms had already been downgraded by that time. They were way out there.
Nothing burger.
But yet the news is saying that Puerto Vallarta was being evacuated, and there was buses, and yes, there were buses. They were there because of what had happened a couple of years previously with Hurricane Kenna.
Yeah.
But that day really opened my eyes to there was the first time I think I really saw the proof that the news was lying. I mean, I suspected it, but saw the proof that the news was lying and that there was absolutely nothing happening that day. So it was kind of interesting, eye-opening.
Turns out if you just tell people it's just drizzling, nobody cares. But if you tell people the world is ending, oh my gosh, they tune in. The world is ending. The world is ending. Stop living in fear, guys. I'm not saying you do.
Yeah, Jenny is saying that she saw the pictures and videos, and without talking to somebody that's here, those pictures and videos,
They look terrific.
Lots of them, though, were AI. Lots of them were. So we look at these pictures, and I'm like, that's not that location. That isn't real. So where they're saying approximately it wasn't even what it was all fiction.
My favorite video I saw, though, was a guy, I don't know if it was in Vallarta, but he has a cup of coffee. He's walking on the beach, and he sees all of these fires kind of going in the distance. And I'm like, I love this man. This man is not afraid of anything. I got my coffee. I'm watching it.
Yeah.
And that's the way we're supposed to be.
So Dwayne Springsteen is saying that he's still coming down on the 13th. Plan's not changing. John, Google bed jet to cool your bed. I have it and I love it. I'm going to Google bed jet because I don't like sleeping in 21 degrees.
I think
good
bed
morning,
jet
Chris.
means it's colder.
Well,
I think it cools your bed.
Well, hopefully you can get a single.
Maybe.
Martha, good morning. Chris, good morning. Brenda, Clem, Heather, good morning, you guys. Thank you again. Marie says that her kids are freaking out that she might not cancel her trip. Her gal pal's hubby pulled the plug on her going.
That's just horrible.
Don't. The hotels, everything is back up and running today. Banks are opening. public transportation started yesterday again. Things are, the roads are all the any of the cars and stuff that were damaged or moved. Mike, one of our guys that works with us, actually told me or showed me a text from a friend of his who was out on the highway. Why? Whatever. But he drove a Suburban and he got pulled over by the narcos and guns in his face, and they pulled him out and told him to get lost, and they moved his truck to go and move it to barricade more of the highway. So he got out, but he had one of the starter, the push button starters. It was a newer vehicle, so he kept his fob. It was in his pocket. They didn't steal anything out of his truck, and when they realized that they tried to drive it and they couldn't get it started again because, of course, they didn't have the fob. They left it, so he was able to retrieve his truck after they left. So they weren't trying to hurt people. They were just trying to get them out.
Yeah.
Mona, good morning.
Hello. So yeah, fascinating to watch though, because
Yeah.
I mean, we watch what happens in Canada, we watch what happens in the U.S. That would be terrifying, and here life is just so much slower and easier because the difference is here the sides are defined. Up there, you have no idea. So it's not a fun way to live.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, but we're living it and we're loving it.
Yep.
I mean, narcos aside, cartels aside.
Yeah. But like I said, the government is just as bad or worse because they just take crap and give you nothing. And
Well, I'm going to say my coffee's gone, so I think coffee time needs to be over.
all right, I get it. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We are fine. The
Mhm.
world is fine. For gosh sakes, if you live in fear, you will never ever achieve in life what you were created for. So stop it. If it's you, if it's not you, continue. Keep going.
And one last thing to think about in regards to Mexico and this area. People love this area, and the Mexican people have been, that was another thing that gentleman said, that Will Walters or Winters had said. Now I forgot his name and I apologize.
I think Walker. You said Bill Walker?
Maybe Will. It was definitely Will.
Will Walker? I don't know.
Anyways,
I won't.
The other thing that he said was that nobody, like the foreigners that were here that got, technically stranded because they couldn't get either out of the airport or they were already out of town. There was a couple that were in Bucerias. People were taking care of them in the Mary Poppins way, not the Al Pacino way.
I love that.
And they were feeding them, and everybody reached out, and if you needed some food, please come, and so the kindness that this area shows every single time that there's a problem is just amazing to us. We absolutely love this area and the people around. And I'm just going to read two more. Thank you for sharing. Yes, they are making it much worse. This is from Heather, who is up north. And Leslie wants to plan a trip down here next winter. We'd love to meet you in person, Leslie. You guys take care. We are going to sign off today. We have work to do.
We do.
Have a wonderful week, and we will see you all next week. And don't hesitate to reach out if you have any other questions.